Studies have shown that 93% of the women that are under extreme amount of stress during infertility will not conceive. Hey fam, it's LaJoyce and you're here at the Joy Journey. Thank you so much for being here today. You guys, this is one of the videos I've wanted to do for a while but didn't know if there was enough interest about this particular topic. It's acupuncture. I believe that a lot of us have been missing out on the magic of acupuncture. I did a poll on Instagram not too long ago and discovered that 1 out of 4 of us that are going through infertility have not even tried acupuncture. And y'all, it truly changed the whole game for my life. It really flipped things around and reset my body for the good. And it's something that I'll always incorporate into my lifestyle. So acupuncture is what we're going to be discussing today. Let's get into it. Okay, so I realize that some people may have never done acupuncture, so you may not have a true idea of what it involves. Basically, it's a form of Chinese medicine where a small little micro needles, I mean, you guys, I promise you, they don't even hurt, are inserted at a superficial level of the skin. In Chinese medicine, there is a system known as meridian flow. And when that flow is broken, it seems to offset different systems within our body. So acupuncture is known to actually stimulate certain systems that correlate to different pinpoints or different areas on the body to restore that flow, that meridian flow, or to restore the energy within the body. And within doing so, it really works on healing the body altogether. The second question you may ask yourself is, well, what are the benefits of acupuncture? Why do it? It can decrease your FSH and increase your egg quality. It can also restore your ovulation if you've had an issue with anovulation. Acupuncture helps to rebalance and restore your hormone levels in direct and indirect ways. It increases blood flow to the reproductive organs. And in doing so, it thickens the lining of the uterus. And this is a great thing when you're needing an embryo to implant there where the lining is. A lot of times we have an issue with thin linings when we have reproductive issues. And so this is a really good benefit that it does increase blood flow to thicken the lining. I can tell you by experience how it also improves endometriosis symptoms and pain that we experience at different points in our cycles. When I first started, I was having a terrible amount of pain, especially during cycles, but sometimes even in between cycles. And by the time I completed maybe 3 months of it, I was no longer having painful periods or pain from the endometriosis. I thought this was phenomenal. For the men out there that are considering doing acupuncture for infertility, it also is known to increase the motility and quality of the sperm. And you guys, one of my favorite benefits of acupuncture is that it uplifts the mood, it decreases stress, and it relaxes you. This is especially important for someone who's doing IVF, who's already anxious, nervous, and just on edge about the procedure itself. Question for you guys. Did you know that stress actually puts your body in a state of fight or flight? Comment down below if you were aware of that. And in fact, it is so detrimental to the actual reproductive system that blood flow is taken away from the reproductive system and towards other areas in the body where it falsely believes is under attack, like, the brain and the heart. But we automatically are getting enough blood nutrients if we're not seriously under attack. However, we do need for those vital organs such as our ovaries and our uterus to be well nourished with enough blood when we are having reproductive issues already. Studies have shown that 93% of the women that are under extreme amount of stress during infertility will not conceive. If they're stressed, 93% of them will not conceive because of the effect it has on the actual organs and how it also disrupts the communication from the brain, the pituitary, and the ovaries. So normal ovulation may be impeded and all types of things. Eventually a trickle-down effect, potentially affecting your egg quality and different types of things like that. So stress is key in decreasing when you are going through infertility, and acupuncture is one of those for sure shot ways to decrease the stress. So a little review. What conditions will acupuncture help me with? Okay, so those conditions could be low FSH or low ovarian reserve, endometriosis, PCOS, unexplained infertility or anovulatory cycles, and it can also help with sperm quality of men who are experiencing infertility. So, how long and how often should you receive acupuncture? I would suggest that if you have a planned IVF cycle, I would start acupuncture 3 months prior to when you want to actually start the process. That gives your body enough time to really digest, accept, and get used to everything resetting, your hormones balancing, all those things. 3 months is typically what is recommended. But also, I want you to know that some of those symptoms and some of those things that you're experiencing may turn around within 1 or 2 months, like endometriosis pain, or your cycles may become normal after just 1 or 2 months of having acupuncture. You will have to discuss with your acupuncturist. And you guys, make sure that when you choose an acupuncturist, you're choosing someone who specializes in reproductive medicine. There are a lot of acupuncturists that do not, and you will not get the best care that you can possibly get with those particular ones. So make sure you have a specialist in reproductive medicine. Yes, but again, you want to speak to your specialist about how often and how long, because it will depend on what your condition is, what medications you're taking, what you're doing outside of them. So with your actual Western medicine OBGYN or reproductive specialist, you want to coordinate and correlate, and hopefully you can find an acupuncturist that will actually work hand in hand and that's familiar with reproductive specialists and OBGYNs within your area. For those of you that are seeing an acupuncturist and you're considering doing Chinese medicine as far as actual herbal remedies, which is, I think, a great option. I actually did do herbs along with my acupuncture, which really, I think, working side by side really helped things, along with some diet recommendations from my acupuncturist as well. But if you choose to go that route, just make sure, again, that your acupuncturist does specialize in herbal medicines. And make sure that you're informing her well of everything else that you're taking and letting your primary care doctor know everything that your herbalist is recommending that you take. So that was my spiel, that was my overview, and that was my plug on acupuncture, because I just want to make sure that you guys are well aware and well informed of it. I could say so much more, but that's the generalized takeaway message that I wanted you to receive from it. Thank you so much for watching as usual. I love you guys so much, and I wish you well, spreading you so much joy and so much love today. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.